What is the difference between a strong mind and a weaker mind? What is the main distinction? One main distinction is that people with weaker mentalities tend to be overconfident in their abilities when trying to attain goals because they are not satisfied with their results in life so far. They just persist at something without making any improvements. They are not always able to manage their emotions. On the other hand, people with stronger mentalities usually know what they want. They strongly believe they'll achieve it and constantly work efficiently and diligently until they get it. Many traits show whether someone has a strong mentality or not. In this video we will discuss some of those signs. 1. They can stay focused despite the circumstances around them. A strong mentality person is so involved with what they are doing or thinking about that nothing can distract them from their goal. For example, if a student is studying for an exam, they wouldn't care if there was a party going on next door, because they would be fully concentrated on the task at hand. 2. They don't let other people get the better of them. For instance, when someone threatens you, or tells you something horrible will happen to you, just ignore it. If you have a strong mentality, you will easily ignore it. You don't let what other people say or do influence your life, because you know you have already been through and survived similar or worse situations. This is a sign of someone with a strong mentality. 3. They are more in control of their feelings and emotions. Usually, it's easy to tell if someone has a strong mentality by looking at how they react to different circumstances. For example, a person who can easily accept things as they come, instead of letting his or her anger get the best of them, has an advanced level of mental strength. 4. They can face adversity without even the slightest discomfort. A good sign of someone with a very strong mind is when they can stay calm and collected in any given situation no matter what it is. They can receive bad news without fearing any consequences, knowing they will be okay moving forward regardless of the circumstances. 5. They are not easily affected by what others say about them. Having a strong mentality means overcoming every obstacle that life throws at you. Because of this, people will usually try to bring you down or discourage you. However, if you can't be swayed, only someone with a strong mentality will last. 6. They think before acting out. The right action to take in every situation is always the one that is logical and requires the least amount of strenuous effort. So, when faced with two options, choose wisely and don't let emotions get the best of you. For example, if your friend asks for advice about a personal issue, and you tell them the wrong thing to do, not thinking clearly before giving out advice can have negative effects for your friends as well as your relationship with them. 7. They believe in their potential. Usually, each person has certain goals they want to reach for themselves. But when it comes down to achieving them, some lose their motivation easily. When you think of your potential, it is best to always include a plan on how you can achieve what you want out of life, and this will help put things into perspective to make them seem more achievable. For example, if your goal is to be at the top of your class or department, start learning new skills that will give you an edge over other students or colleagues. 8. They learn from their own mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes in their lives, but some do not learn from them. This inability to learn from previous mistakes prevents them from moving forward with their lives towards something better. However, those who have a strong mentality can accept defeat and move on without any regrets. This happens because they know that everything has its place in the development of a person, and that they can't do anything to change the past. Knowing this, they focus their efforts on improving, and instead concentrate on making sure that the mistakes of the past never happen again. 9. They keep an open mind. Mentally strong people are always ready to accept new things in their lives. Even if someone tries to tell them something bad about themselves, they will take it as advice or criticism rather than a personal attack. This is because they know that most of the time, people say hurtful things due to poor communication and less times due to malevolence or disdain. For example, a mother telling her child not to spend too much time online because she's worried that they will be addicted or will get distracted in their responsibilities. This sense of concern simply means she cares about her child and is looking out for their welfare, not simply looking to be a party pooper. 10. Has a high opinion of their intelligence. Intelligent people often have a very positive self-image, and maybe will come off at times as arrogant or cocky to people with a lowered sense of self-esteem. This is because they are often highly confident about what they believe in, whether that's themselves or something else. 11. Quick to help others. People with strong mentalities will always try to do what they can for their friends and loved ones, even if it inconveniences them personally. This is because compassion, love, and friendship truly mean the most to them in life. They understand that these are some of the most valuable qualities, so helping someone in need becomes an essential part of who they are. 12. Humor. You can usually see through humorless people's mindsets pretty quickly. People with a stronger mindset tend to appreciate and have better senses of humor. People who never seem to joke or laugh can appear to be very uptight and are generally serious most of the time. This doesn't mean that they have no sense of humor, it's just that they act way too serious in general without any idea how to lighten up in some situations. This lack of a sense of humor can be due to a multitude of reasons, such as a lowered sense of self-esteem. A lack of humor can be damaging for your mentality because it makes life more tedious than fun. A person with a strong mentality will usually find ways to make something funny, even if they have to actively search for a source of humor. The human brain is one of the most fascinating organs in our body. It controls everything we do, from breathing, to thinking, to speech and more. Yet, it's also fragile and vulnerable, which means that mental illness can be difficult for some people to deal with on their own, or without help. If you struggle with a mental health issue such as depression or anxiety, it can help to seek professional medical attention. Do you have a strong mind? Share your story with us in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit the like button, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Spread the love and send this video to at least 2 friends or your favorite group chat. Sharing is caring after all. Be sure to hit the bell icon to stay up to date with our latest videos. Remember to be polite to yourself first, so you can be polite to others. Take care of yourself. Until next time.